So this is Derrick Robinson. Thank you for being my Bright Muse today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your organization, and then, what in your life led you to have this organization.
Well, our organization is called NegativeLBS. We combat obesity. That it's not just about inviting people to change. You have to remind them and get their heart connected to the process of having a body that was a gift and a vehicle for this life, because this obesity is now an epidemic, is classified as a disease, and it's a disease that we can absolutely take control of and reverse through action. So we're looking at being able to lead the campaign on obesity and awareness through education.
First, tell me a little bit about your story that led you to want to make this your cause.
I went into playing football. I went into the Air Force. I played basketball. That course, my life led to getting out of the service. Honorably, I was in the Air Force, and then entering into the private sector. So I was working for a brokerage firm at the time, and it was very, very, very high strung, high stress area. And what has took place is that living a life that a job, career, and not having the discipline to be continued athletic, I find myself working and then having a habit of not taking care of myself, but just working and making money. So I entered the rat race. I entered a rat race coming from a structured environment.
Right. Where you had people telling you to work out and then not going to anyone telling
you. Had to. Exactly. So this allowed me to get up to 305 pounds. And an incident took place, and it's a true story. This is my story. I was on my lunch break, and I went to it's like a CVS. But this is when the blood pressure machines were actually kind of new, relatively new. So I went and I sat my arm into the blood pressure machine, and it started beeping. Drew some attention. Make a long story short, I ended up going to the emergency room. I ended up having to wear nitroglycerin around my neck to open up my capillaries because I was that clogged up. 305 pounds, I'm 6'2", right? So that in itself was a turning point for me. And I started from there to get myself back into shape. And then I went in from that aspect to training and training into boot camps.
So that was a wake-up point that made you get out of corporate and go into
physicality.
I love what you said about connecting this cause to people's hearts, because you're totally right. If it's not, if I am not intrinsically motivated, and I don't have my emotion connected to it, I'm probably not going to do it. So how do you guys cross over that line of trying to get people get intrinsically motivated?
It has to start with the message, and our message is to start wherever you are. Everybody with a body understands the fact of physicality. Whether you're in shape, out of shape, you have a body, you understand how important that body is. We have become obese. We created a disease. We literally created a disease. So our message is to the heart is that you got to think about how valuable you are. You got to consider how valuable you are. You got to want to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I did take care of this body that I was gifted with. We partnered with law enforcement. So we do community walks. That's our outreach. We do community walks in the neighborhoods where people can come out, and we get the local law enforcement involved, and they come out and walk with us. So we kind of have a great feeling of community, and there's a reestablishment with law enforcement and community as well. So we partnered up very, very, very nicely. And it seems to be when people are walking, it's heartfelt conversation in our walk. So that's what we're doing.
That's awesome. So I know you're based out of Houston.
Yes.
Do you guys have walks? And I know you have a team, a great team. I love seeing your video. Do y'all do walks outside of Houston? And I'm in the Dallas area.
So this is what we've done. We've enabled people wherever they are to reach out to us and
Cool.
establish, because this is a we thing, remember? It's
Right.
always about, and our outreach is for you to reach out to us, and we can establish the walk wherever you are.
Okay.
So we've allowed people to be able to reach out to us and establish walks wherever they are. And that's
I
our
love it.
outreach.
Well,
Yes.
okay, so we can go to your website
Yes. Yes.
to get a walk organized. And what other ways can folks get involved or learn more about you guys?
Well, visit our website, and our website will walk you through your interests, piques your interest. If you want to volunteer, if you want to learn more, if you want to speak with us, if you have questions.
Nonprofit, and so you need
It's challenging.
donations, monetary donations to also keep you guys going. So I really
Yes.
encourage the viewers right now to go ahead and check you guys out.
We have a social media movement too. So we're on all the social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Mm-hmm.
Last thing,
Yes.
something that is meaningful to me. You
Okay.
have started to eat plant-based since this
Oh,
past
yes.
July. Tell me a little bit about that.
One of the founders of Health Code walked me through an 8-week program. And during that 8-week program, at the end of that 8-week program, I decided at that point to stick to plant-based. And I had my last piece of meat on the 4th of July, and I've been plant-based ever since. I don't see that I'll ever go back, for the simple fact that I've been eating meat my entire life. So it was
Mm-hmm.
kind of easy. And then I was like, well, how could you stop eating meat? Well, for me, it was a progression coming out of micronutrients and wanting more plant-based into my body,
Yeah.
and the culmination of negative LBS nutrition understanding. Most of us don't even understand how important nutrition is. It's essential. The results: no fatigue, plenty of energy.
Okay.
I have
That's
clients
what I
that
was going to ask. Yep.
plenty of energy. I mean, I have plenty of energy, and I could never phantom going back.
Yeah.
It's all about the feeling.
Awesome. Yep. I love it. All right. Well, I think that's a wrap. Thank you so much for being on here and telling me about your wonderful cause. And I'm excited to post this and get the word out.
Well, thank you for having us. On behalf of the Negative LBS team, we thank you for what you also add to the pot of humanity with your cause and your show. Very, very, it's the human muse. It's about the human beings and the connection and what you're attributing to society. And we all can play a very, very important role in each other's life if we would just let understand that let. So
Yeah.
thank
I love
you.
it. Well, thank you. Yeah. Be a bright muse.